So go. So our lecture is residential design. As you can see in the picture, these are the houses, in the Philippines during the early 1900s. So the roads are not cemented. Houses are made of lightweight temporary materials. So, and this was during the Spanish American time when the Bahay na Bato was introduced to the Philippines. Uh, the Bahay na Bato is a spin-off from the temporary houses. So the temporary houses, that's made of lightweight material like wood and nipa. They decided to put a concrete wall uh, on the ground floor so that it will be resistance to earthquake and flood. So that is the reason why they decided to create they decided to eventually improve the building, so or residences. So this is also a photograph of Hidalgo Street, Quiapo, showing I think this is the San Sebastian Church. So Victorian houses and their details. So this is the early houses in the uh, European houses. Those are the Victorian houses. This is in Queen's Park. So as you can see in the the drawing, the houses on the ground floor. This is the ground floor. So as you enter, this is like I think this is a duplex. This is a duplex house. There is a mirror image of the house on the left side to the right side. So if you enter the residence, you can see a room, a front parlor. Then there is another room at the uh, near the stairs. Then there is a maybe an eating area at the farther end of the room. So this is the stairs going up to the second floor. And on the second floor, there are three bedrooms. Okay, but the toilets are all located on the ground floor. The toilets are located on the ground floor. Okay, so this is a second-class house in Queens Park with two parlors and three bedrooms. So maybe this one will be the living room. This one will be the dining room. This will be the kitchen, and this will be the toilet. So on the upper floor are the bedrooms. So this is a late Victorian L-shaped terrace house, similar to the one that I've shown. So this is the cellar, which is the basement. And if you enter the building or the residence, you can see a living room one, a living room two, and the dining room. And this is the uh, cooking area, and this is the scullery. On the second and the first floor, we have another two bedrooms and a bath on the second floor. And on the first floor and the ground floor with the second floor, we have three bedrooms. Okay, so in other countries they call the first floor on our country the ground floor on their country, and they name the second floor the first floor. Okay, so and the third floor is the second floor. So you might get confused with this labeling. So the late Victorian L-shaped terrace house. Note the back addition as a superseded the 18th century basement, and small cellar is now a cold storage service including range for cooking, generally grouped in back addition, improving hygiene and minimizing smell. Bathroom on the first floor was optional and could be the bedroom. Servants confined to back addition and a second floor bedroom. Main rooms have direct access to the garden. So this is another design, which is the cottage design at Hampstead Garden suburb. If you enter the bedroom, the house, there is a living room, then this is the scullery, and this is the dining room, and this is the stairs going up to the upper floors. So this is the mirrorized uh, of the second floor. No? So this is the first floor or the second floor on our labeling. So this is the, if you mirror this floor plan here, I need to, no, if you mirror this, no, on this side, so this is the stairs, you mirror it, this will be the stairs, no, for the duplex. No? So this is the bedroom, and bath and water closet. So this is a plan, no, of a residential uh, in Hampstead Garden suburb. So this is also a plan, no, in 1938, a house at Benthampton, Hampshire, typical for a speculative housing in use with little alteration from 1930s to present. So if you enter the ground floor, which is the first floor on our labeling, so this is the living room, there is a garage, then there is a dining area at the back and a kitchen. On the upper, this is the stairs going up, and the toilet is underneath the stairs. So if you go up, this will be the bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, and bedroom 4, and there are 2 bathrooms. The bedroom 1 will have a separate bathroom, and the bedroom 2 will have the bedroom 3 and 4 will have common bathrooms. This is a 1938, this is the 1930 plan, this is a 1938 plan. So if you will enter uh, the building or the so called this the residence, no, so there is a living room, a dining room adjacent to the kitchen, and there's a maid's room, no. So the main entry is on this part, and there is a cloth room, no, or the cloakroom. So if you enter this part, you will put your bags or coat on this room, and then you enter the house or the residence. There are double doors because of the weather in the country, in those countries. So they have 2 doors. So there is an anteroom. So this is the living room, the dining room, and this is the kitchen. Okay, so on the second floor, which is the first floor, so this is the stairs, no. So you can see that this is the stairs going to the upper floors, no. So this is the nursery, bedrooms, and the dressing room. Okay. So these are different ways on how you can create a two-dimensional solution to different residential problems on different terrains. No? As you can see in the usual solution, we have the flat terrain. This is the ground floor, and this is the first floor and the second floor. So there will be openings on both sides. You can also do this type of design if there is a direct sunlight on this side. If there is a direct sunlight on this side, you can put a wall here, and you can do all the openings on this side. This is the controlled aspect. No, you decided to put a blank wall on the second floor, and you put openings on the ground floor and one opening on the second floor. This one is the reverse aspect. No, you put a wall here, another wall here, and you open the windows on the second floor on the left side, and open the windows on the ground floor on the right side. So this is the reverse aspect. The open aspect is almost similar to the dual aspect. So now we have the split level in cases that there is a rolling terrain. So this is the located on the upper part of the lot. So there will be a split, no, multi-story structure, because this area is lower than the main entrance. So this is lower. So this will be a split two-story area of the residence. No? This is a common solution on areas with rolling terrain, like in Baguio, Tagaytay areas, no? When there is a steep rolling terrain encountered by the designer. So this is upside down section is almost similar to the reverse aspect. Okay. So this is a sample of a split level design, no? So um, this is the main road, and this is a rolling terrain, no? Showing you the development of the lot. This is a study for a residence in Tagaytay. No? So this is the lower part of the ridge, and this as if you are will be standing on the road, you will only see a two-story residence. No? But if you will be examining the drawing, it's almost like a four-story building. No? One, two, three, four. No? It's almost a four-story building. So this is a split level. This is similar to a split level solution. So this is the design on the. This is the main road. This is the stairs going to the base to the lower part of the building. This was designed by my father, who is also my late father, Jose Binaventura. Is also an architect. So he designed this residence, no, in Tagaytay. So this is the lot. No? This is the lot. So this is, as you can see on the lot. So this is a rolling lot. No? So the solution is from this road area is to create a two-story here, but the lower part will be uh, this will be three floors. No? But you can only see two floors on the road side. No? So these are the interiors of the schematics of the residence. So this is also a solution for a split, no, split level, a modern solution for a split level design. Okay. So this is the road, and then there is a rolling terrain going on this side. This side, the terrain is going on this side. So this is the highest part of the lot, and this is the lowest part of the lot. So he decided to put a green, no, green uh, grass, no, on the lower part, so that if you will be looking from the other side, will only see a green wall. So this is how to design a residential uh, housing development. No? The residents and visitors parking within the boundary of a property, note service vehicle parking area. So houses and footpaths along the road with no segregation of vehicular and pedestrian traffic implies no traffic, no street parking. So as you can see in the solution of the architect or the designer, he designed that the the cars will be parked not on the road but on the front of each residence. No? So he decided that all the vehicles will be parked on front of each residences. So there is a driveway. This is a common design. If you will be going to the United States, you can see almost all the suburbs is using this typology of layout for residences. No? They put uh, a big setback on the front lawn, so that there is what you call a lawn and a parking area on the front lawn. So this is a residence designed, no, on 2011, no, by I think this is by architect Nolasco. No? So this is a residence, no, Alfred Nolasco Jr. This was his design in 2011. As you can see, this is a newer design in the Philippines. We have a front setback. Uh, he decided to put a garden in front, no, as part of the setback provided by the subdivision or the developer. Then he decided to move the door way back the property line and then make you turn left when you enter the property. Okay, so you will turn left when you enter the property. So this is the main gate of the pedestrian. So if you are standing here, no, you will not see the main gate because there will be a blank wall. You will only see the main gate if you walk towards the blank wall and you will see the gate on the left side. So the garage is located uh, right beneath the second floor. So this is the second floor and the garage is beneath the second floor. As you can see in the design, no, he decided to use the main gate column as the support of the terrace of the second floor. So this is a wise idea. This is a wise idea on the part of the architect to use the main gate column as a support for your terrace. No? But he did not uh, occupy the the whole setback as his terrace. No? He decided to put the terrace at least half of the width of the setback. No? And there is what you call a open, no, holes. No? Maybe there is plexiglass here or tempered glass uh, slab covering, or maybe there are no tempered glass slab covering. I don't know. So, but he decided to move the terrace further from the main road. No, number one is to create privacy. Number two is to maintain the setback regulation. Number three is to minimize the cost because if you have a bigger terrace, you might not use it every day. So he decided to only use 50% of the setback. No, so there are reasons behind the designs of the architects. No? So he decided also to use a lean-to roof, no? Leaning on one side only, and all the gutters will be on this side. So the design of this building is so simple, no? The roof, the trusses is so simple, and this is the cathedral ceiling inside the residence. Now, if you enter the main door, you can see a cathedral ceiling, and these are the maybe this is the master's bedroom, and this will be the bedroom at the back part. So I'm just showing you example of a design of an architect that I don't know. I don't know him personally, Alfred Velasco. I just saw his design on the Facebook. I decided to use his design as a sample, for you to get an idea on how to create solutions. So another good solution that he used is to use this cantilever part of the second floor as the shade, no, for the main entrance. No? So he cantilevered this area to make a shade at the opening of the main door opening, so that if you're standing on this area, you will not get wet because this will protect you, and this will also protect the door from water, no, because it's cantilevered. No, so this is also one of the nice ideas that he included on his design. So this is also a design by this is in Thailand. No? This is a Thailand designed by NAAD. No? Uh, so as you can see in this design, I'm just pointing out the play of different textures, no, on the building. No? He's using different textures to create a feel that this is a natural design, made of natural material. So this will soften the composition, the architectural composition of the building. So using wood, no, and stone, no, will soften the design of your building. So another good idea that he decided to use is to mix metal and concrete. No? As you can see in his design, he used metals. No? This one, these are metals. These are metals, and he used concrete. No? And he also used wood. No? So these are different materials applied on a good composition. No? So these are only examples. No? So another, so this is also a design. This is the also a design of Naad. No? As you can see, the design, no, is very playful, no? With a lot of different materials showing different organizational compositions of elements. No, the main focal axis of this composition is the tree. No? So you can see this is the tree, and the building is composed around this tree. Okay, so on this area, maybe this is the main door. No, I haven't gone to this house. Maybe this is the main door, and this is the, maybe these are the garage area or something, or a living room area. But you can see the composition. No? The composition is very organized. No? This line is very organized. No? And it complements this inclination. This inclination complements this inclination. So this is a very good composition. Clear. So this is another good composition by an architect, a very simple design. So this is the main door. No, he put a oblique wall, no, on a flat facade. No, so there is a what you call a flat, you know, wall that was that there is a hole that was put on a flat hole. So imagine this is a flat wall, and then you punch a hole on the flat hole, and then you put, no, oblique walls inside that flat wall. No? So that is his composition. No? He imagined this as a flat wall, then he put a hole on the flat hole, and then put an oblique, walls inside the flat wall. No? So this is a good composition. No? This is a very imaginative way to create a elevation, no, of a building or a residence. So clear. So this is another design created, usually seen in designs in the Europe and the US, no, wherein that the parking areas are resident parking partly within boundaries of a property and partly communal. So the parking areas are partly communal. So these are the parking spaces. Okay, these are the parking spaces, and these are the residential spaces. So if you park here, there is a an option that you are living on this unit, because there are footpaths going from this main parking area going to this parking, to this residential units. Clear? Okay. So this is another solution, no? Similar to what I have shown. No, there is what you call a communal parking space, and these are the units. No, you can see there is no evidence of parking space on each unit, but they have a communal parking area. Okay, so this is also one solution on creating multi-dwellings or multi-residences or communities, that you are segregating the vehicular parkings from the residential areas. No? Segregation of traffic. This will be the vehicular traffic, this is the pedestrian traffic, and these are the living areas. No? So, and these are the living areas. So, you have living areas, you segregated vehicular, pedestrian, and then the sleeping or the residential areas. So, uh, this is the example also similar to what I've shown on the previous slide. So, vehicular access is stopped short of houses, limited by access distance, a 45-meter maximum for fire appliances and 25-meter for refuse collection. So, requires particularly well-designed and maintained parking and garaging. So, this is another solution, communal parking. These are the pathways or the walkways going to the residences. So these examples of communal parkings. So this is the main communal parkings, and these are the residences. So these are computed based on the number of units that are living on these residences. This is also common if you will go to Canada and you go to the suburbs. So this is one of the common designs of housing development in the suburbs. No? Unlike in the Philippines, we are uh, requesting, or we are looking for residential development that parkings are your cars are parked in front of your units, no? But in some countries they are planning it that you have a common parking, and you don't necessarily have your parking space right in front of your house. So there is also differences in designing based on the culture, no? As you can see, in the uh, Arab houses, no, I will first use the Japanese house. The Japanese house, they put the appliances, they organize things on the center. Okay, as you can see here, they organize things on the center, similar to the American house, but the difference is the Japanese house, even though they organize it on the center, there is also a another organization in the middle of the center of the house. Okay, unlike in the Arab houses, they organize it around, no, and they use the middle as an open area. No, one thing you can observe that the Arabs uh, usually likes to eat in the middle on the floor. No? Unlike the Philippines, unlike other countries, they use uh, the the middle as positioning for furnitures. No? So the Arab houses, the middle part is very flexible. It can be an eating area, it can be a living room area, it can be a dining area, it can be a sleeping area. But the outer part of the house, this will be the areas for storages. So this is a typical Japanese house. No? As you can see that the middle part, no, is it's made of tatami, which is this is where they put the storages. This is where they this is the main activity area of the residents for the Japanese gardens, Japanese houses. So this is the tatami rooms, no. So parking area of covered access below pedestrian deck. You know, vertical segregation of vehicles and pedestrians, expensive suits, high density, and steeply sloping sites. So this is one also common solutions that you can use, no, if you want to put your parking spaces on the ground floor or the first floor or the ground floor of your building. No? In cases that you have a split design, split level design, you can put the ground floor, you can put the ground parking on this area, which is this one, and the main entrance will be on this area. So the pedestrian, this will be the vehicular entry, like this one. This is the vehicular and this will be the pedestrian entry. So these are samples of designs, no? As you can see, if you are, this is the main road and this is the residence, no? If you will see that the parking is at the lower part of the residence, no? There is no evidence of parking in front. It's only pedestrian, but you will go uh, around. You can see the parking space at the lower part of the residence. So this was done on SketchUp. No? This is one of my studies of one residence that they want to build. No? You can see that the parking is below the residence, no? Similar to the previous slide that I showed you. No? So there is a parking at the back, and this is the cantilever activity room. So yeah, this is the main parking. So these are the different areas of the uh, ground level or the first floor, and this is the lower ground level. So yeah, you can see this is the main entrance, no? The living room. This is the first bedroom, the second bedroom, the dining, the master's bedroom, and the bath and the kitchen. And there's a family room here. Now, if you go down, you can see that this is the sectional floor plan. No? Going inside, no? This is the stairs going down to the lower ground, dining room with a view of the family hall, uh, and this is the kitchen, toilets, master's bedroom. Okay. So area shared by pedestrian and vehicle. This is another solution when you share pedestrians uh, uh, with vehiculars, no? Primarily pedestrian access to small groups of houses shared with private cars and light delivery vehicles, required careful design to enforce low speed and strict use of legitimate access. No? So there is also problem of traffic accidents. No? If you have a shared pedestrian and vehicular access. No? So, okay. So I don't think we should discuss this one. Okay, so this is a samples of residential designs. No, you can see, no, samples of residential designs for multi-story residences. Okay, so these are samples of multi-story residences. As you can see in this design, no, there is a cantilever of around maybe it's around 4 meters. No, so you can also create cantilevers, but you need to put a strong support here, no? So that when you have a cantilever beam here, and your support will go up to the upper part. No? So you have a cantilever here. So this will hold your building. So you create a good support for your building. So also in creating designs, no, you also think of the structural part of your design, no? Not only the architectural part. You will also think of the structural part of the design. So this is also I think this is Archibonds, no? Designed by Archibonds Architects, no? So these are duplex residences, no? So this is the main entrance, the garage cover, and usually these types of residences are Asian residences. No? These are usually you can usually see this type of designs in Asia. No? I think this is somewhere in the Philippines. No? This is by Jasrael Rule, no? November 2018. So this is the rear part of a residence. So this is the back part. No? So this is the facade also of a residence. No? So as you can see, this is a 1, 2, 3, maybe a 3-story or 4-story residence. So let me point out the axis of this building. So there is one axis, this is the main axis or the focal axis of this building. These are the elements that are the windows. No? As you can see the composition, no? I will just point out the composition of the architect. Clear natin. So this is the main axis. No? These are windows. Okay. These are windows. As you can see, there is a composition. No? There, if you create a design, you usually create a composition. No? The main axis, windows, windows, no? Horizontals, no? Horizontals, and these are verticals. No? So the horizontals are balanced by the verticals. No? So there is always balance. No? Uh, okay, this one. No? These are verticals. No? So you can see that these are verticals, vertical designs, and these are horizontal, no, windows. No? So there is also balance here, and these are the dark areas which balance the white areas, and these are the transparent part of the composition. So if you will analyze all the perspective that I am showing you, there is always, yeah, this one, there is always symmetry, you know, horizontals, verticals, no, vertical. This is horizontal, no. So as you can see, no, the architect use horizontal lines on this side. No, he did not use a vertical, no, vertical pattern for the wood or the tile that is colored brown. No, he used a horizontal pattern. No, because of his horizontal lines. No, horizontal, 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 horizontal. So this will be horizontal. So all the verticals are the columns, the windows. No? These are all vertical part of the building. So this is also a good composition. No? This is a wall. You put a hole on the wall and then you make a flat wall inside. Okay? Then these are all verticals. Okay, these are all verticals. As you can see, the windows are horizontal. No, the windows are horizontal. Okay. So as you can see, there is composition. No? This is not. This is done intentionally by the architect. No? So this, you can see that some designers, no, doesn't really. I don't know who the designer of this house, no, but some designers doesn't really know, um, no, think three-dimensionally. No? Some designers doesn't think three-dimensionally. You know, you need to think 3D for you to create a good composition. No, you need to think three-dimensional. No, so I don't want to make further comments. No, let's say one comment. No, for you to learn. No, uh, I don't know the architect. No, but I need to create a comment for you to learn. No, you can see that these are curved windows. No, these are curved windows. No, na meron siyang arc. No, pero this one doesn't have arc, no? So there is no unity in the composition, di ba? There is no unity because this one, you put arc on this area, you should have put arc on this area. Okay? And you should have put this design on this area, no, to create a good composition. Right? And then, you should have made this hole, you know, this one, no, in order to make it seem an axis similar on the other side, right? So there are things that you need to understand in designing, or maybe you should have cut this area, no? Cut this. No? He did not extend this anymore. No? So there are solutions that you need to learn. No? in order to create a good composition. So this one, maybe he learned something, but he did also the mistakes that he have done on the previous designs. No? Okay, so I think this is also a design that he is doing, but this is also similar to this design. Okay? This design is this is similar to this design. Yeah, right? So he's the same, this is the same architect, doing this. But one thing, he designs his building as similar architectural color and features to the gate. Ito yung good part. This is one of the good point of his design. He creates continuity of design from the building to the gate. That is important also in designing, continuity of design. So the design of your gate should be similar to the design of your building. Okay? So this is also a design, of as you can see, the material used in the wall of the building is the same material used on the fence, right? And the windows, this is one design, the windows of these buildings are all the same sizes. This is the same size as this one, the same size as this one, same size as this one. All the windows have the same sizes, even though these are two windows. No, these are separated so that they can be the same sizes. These size of windows are repeated all over the house. This is one good design that you need to you can use, in designing houses. If you want to create good harmony of design, use similar sizes of windows. The stairs, the design of the grill works, this one, is almost similar to the design of the grill works of the gate. And the colors of white is similar to the colors of these um, windows. Okay, so clear. So these are designs, residential low-cost designs of houses, Um low-cost houses. That living room, if you enter, is a living room, dining, kitchen, and there are bedrooms at the back part. These are low-cost housing. This is another design. If you enter here, the dining room, the dining room, because the kitchen is at the front of the house, so the dining room is in the front of the house. Then this is the living room. This is the external terrace, the bedrooms. Okay, so these are the interior perspective of low-cost houses. So this is pertaining to the clear story windows, that lets the natural light inside the residence, and also uh, helps the hot air to go out of the room. So these are solutions for climate control inside the residence. So traditional atrium arrangement often found in Mediterranean countries but rare in UK for climatic reasons, because in UK there is snow and very cold weather, so the open court will only give problems to the cooling system or the warming system of the residents. So this is in Scotland, variation of simple basic plan. If you enter this building, this is the living room, and this is the two bedrooms, and this is a kitchen. So as you can see in the samples that I've shown on all the slides, different countries have different cultures and they have different ways, they have a specific way of planning their residences. Okay? Not all plans are applicable on all countries. No? So it will depend on the country you are planning and the culture on or the way of living of each country or each particular region. So this is another plan. No, if you enter here, this is the living room, this is the dining room and the kitchen, and this is the upper floor, which is the bedrooms, okay, and a bathroom. So this is in Yorkshire. This is a 12-story point block. This is a multi-story residence, no? In a multi-story residence in London, no? With typical upper floor balcony and flats. So this is a one flat, this is another area, and this is another unit. No? So we have 4 units in one floor. No? So the main entrance uh, is the main entrance of the residence is oriented on the main hall, no, which is where the what you call the elevators and the stairs are located. So if you go out of this elevator, you can see the main unit. No, if you use the stairs, you can also see the doors of the main units. No? So this is also a good plan of a uh, 4 unit, one floor residence. So although it is starting the obvious, it is sometimes forgotten that the main entrance should be easily visible from the approach. No? If there are other adjacent doors, like the study or the living room, the main entrance should be easily distinguishable. The entrance threshold and the lobby is often one of the most difficult areas for disabled access. And a ramp or level threshold should be considered for accessibility. If part of the dwelling is also used for as an office or a workroom, there should be either a separate front entrance or easily reached from the main entrance for halls and lobbies and circulation. So if you will be doing residences, multi-story residences that will be open to disabled, you need to provide ramps at the main entrance and elevators for the wheelchairs, and you need to provide handrails, no, for the disabled that are using maybe blind or maybe disabled who cannot walk properly. So if you will be having an office for a residence, you need to provide a separate door for the office, and people should not enter the residence and then go to the office. So there is a separate office door on front of the residence. So we will now go to the details of the planning of each part of the house. No, so living rooms and reception rooms are part of a residential building, residential house. No? So the purpose of this includes the relaxation, social activities, entertainment, children's play area, possibly occasional dining, depending on the size and atmosphere of the dining spaces. A friendly, informal atmosphere is generally required with good natural light. So good natural light and views, no? Preferably over a garden and away from noisy area such as front roads. In larger dwellings, more than one living room may be provided. No? More than one in large dwellings. No? Possibly both contained or alternatively divided by double doors. The circulation route should not be through a living area. So this should not be a circulation route. No? The except in smallest dwellings, no? Except in smallest dwellings. A door to the garden is desirable. A good deal of wall space is required for bookshelves, no? And ornaments. A fireplace is often regarded as providing a focal point, if not, maybe need a traditional solid fuel fireplace. But in the Philippines, we don't need a fireplace. No? So usually the focal point of a living room in the Philippines is the television. Okay? So, or the sofa. No, that is, or a piano. Those are the focal point of a living room. So as you can see in this drawing, no, this is a small living space or reception room. If you enter here, no, if you are going to a living space, no, this is the main this is to the dining area, these are to the sleeping area or from the main entrance. No? From the main entrance going inside the living area, this may be a stairs going to the upper part, or this may be the toilet. So this will go to the dining area. But as you can see, there is a 10 diameter conversation area. So there is a 10 feet diameter conversation area, or 3 meters. No? So this is a clear conversation area. There might be a table here or a coffee table here, depending on the design. So this is a enough space for people to gather and talk. No? This is another design. No? As you can see, this is the unobstructed pathway going to the other areas. So like here, there is an unobstructed pathway going to this area. So people doesn't cross the living room going to other areas. This is also another good design, an obstructed pathway going to other areas, and the living room is properly secured, no? And not disturbed during when people are passing through the living room. Okay? So these are designs of built living rooms. No, this is the pathway going to other areas. There is a clear path or a clear unobstructed pathway going to other areas. This also is a pathway going to the other areas. Okay. This one also, if you enter here, you will go out. So there is no exit and entrance inside the living room. So this is a very private living room. So you can see that the traffic is always considered inside the living room. So people will not pass through. Okay, this is wrong. No, so you should go, on a pathway, not creating, this okay, so clear. So these are living rooms, no? As you can see, these are the living rooms that are designed, no? So these are sitting rooms fronting the what you call this, sliding or windows, no? These are sitting areas inside the living area. These are living rooms. So this will be the path going up to the activity areas on the upper floors. Another is the dining room. The principal factor to be considered in planning a dining area are the following. Number of persons to be seated. So that's one factor. You need to know how many persons are living on the house and provide enough spaces for them to eat. Space used at the table. What are the food to be served? How big are the plates? What is the size of the table? So based on the table number of seats or number of chair and the size of the table, you can now approximately design the size of the dining room. So space for chairs and for passage of behind them. So there should be a clear passageway at the back, of the dining area so that people will not be disturbed during the time they are eating. And seating arrangement, what is the possible type or shape of the table? How will they be seated? Is there a head chair? Is there a will the father sit on the head of the table, or will the father sit at the center of the table? So that will be should be discussed with the owners. And another is the size size and type of furnitures. What type of furnitures will they use, and what are the possible sizes? Storage spaces for chinaware, glassware, silverware, and linen. So these are common uh, equipments that are used in the dining area. So the clear passageway behind the chair is approximately about 2 feet, no? More or less 2 feet. Okay, and if you are putting a dining table at the end of a wall, and there will be no people passing at the back of the dining chair, the clear distance from the edge of the table to the wall is 16 inches. Okay? So these are different shapes of dining tables. We have the square dining table, the circle, and the oval. No? So these table sizes are standards. No? You can buy these on standard sizes, or you can create your own size of dining table, depending on the number of people that will be using the dining area. So these are designs of different dining areas. Okay. Now we have to we now go to combined living and dining spaces. So these are often scenarios on small residences, particularly for condominiums or locus houses. No? So these are combinations of living and dining spaces on one room. Often several compatible living functions can be combined advantageously in a single room. Some of the benefits of such arrangements are that they not less spaces is used, but is used more intensively. Its function can be changed, making it more flexible and serviceable space. It is adaptable to varied furniture arrangement, while visually it can be made more interesting and seem more generous than if the sum functions were deprived in separate rooms. For adjacent spaces to be considered, a combined room for clear opening between them should permit correction use of the space. This usually necessitates an opening of at least 8 feet. No? Figures 8 and 9 shows combined living and dining spaces. So as you can see, the living room is located on the same room beside the dining area. So this is the living area with the 3 meters or the 10 feet diameter, and this is the dining area, and this is the traffic. No? So these are commonly seen on a small residential houses. Specialist room. So these are rooms that may be required in more extensive private dwellings. This may be library, music room, playroom, game room, breakfast room, or dance room. So now we go to the kitchen. Workflow in food and preparation. So the food, the vegetable, the meats that will be cooked will be passing through a refrigerator to be stored for in time for them to be cooked, And then there is a table for the preparation of the vegetable and meat to be cooked, and then you will wash it before you will cook it. So this preparation table or the mixing table is right beside the refrigerator and the sink. Okay? And then it's adjacent to the range, because sometimes when you wash it, you will go bring it back to the mixing table and then directly go to the range. Then after you cook the food, then there will be a preparation area for, or the plating area or the serving area. So this will be the area you will plate the food, you will put it on containers or on plate, then it will be served to the dining area. So based on trips in food preparation, the sink is the most common area in which people who cooks go to. It's about 43 to 48% in preparation of food you are going to, or you're using the sink. It's about 14 to 18% you will be using the range or the cooking equipment, and 12 to 13% is the mixing or the preparation of the food. Okay? The refrigerators is about 7 to 8%, and the dining room is about 7 to 8%. So when you cook the food, it's about 7 to 8% frequency that you will go to the dining room. The time that you are preparing the food, it's about 7 to 8% is only the time that you will consume in serving the food. So this is storage about 6 to 8%, and serve, no, it's preparing the food to be served, it's about 3 to 6%. Okay, so in kitchens, no, should have a direct access to the dining area, and facilities are required for meal preparation, eating, washing, storage, utensil, and crockery storage. Ancillary activities can include clothes washing, general household mending and cleaning, young children's play, and this will be the triangle of the work area of the kitchen: the fridge, the cooking area, and the sink. So it's a triangle. Okay, so this is the sequence, no, as I explained, no, the preparation, the mixing, the cooking, the serving, and then the washing of the dishes, and it's a circle of preparation. So the standard width of a cupboard or a cabinet, with a cabinet and drawers or doors, that's about 600 millimeter or 60 centimeter or 2 feet. That's the standard width. So it's about 2 feet, and the standard depth is about 2 feet. So 60 by 60. So the what you call this, the countertop is about 700 or 70 or 0.70. So it can be wider depending on the user. It can be about 70 or about minimum of 60 and 600 or 60. So the height of a typical kitchen cabinet is about 2 meters, and the height of a counter is from about 85 centimeter to 90 centimeter. But in the Philippines, the acceptable height is about 85 to 80 centimeter. That is the acceptable height for the Philippines. If you go below that 80, maybe about 82 centimeter, that is ideal. So these are the different modules, for kitchen modules. I will send you this file, so you can now configure how to design your own kitchen. Examples of clearances for kitchen, like this for cooking, for lap table, for mixing center, so for sink. Okay, so these are the different modules. These are samples of clearances for cooking ranges. And this is the triangle for the kitchen. No? So this is the refrigerator, the sink, and the cooktop. This is the refrigerator, the sink, and the cooktop. This is the refrigerator, the sink, and the cooktop. So as you can see that the refrigerator, the sink, and the cooktop are always present in a kitchen. So these are typical designs of kitchen. This is the cook area, cooking area, the sink, and maybe the refrigerator is on this side. So this is the refrigerator, the cooking, and the sink. The cooking, the sink, and the refrigerator. So it's also a triangle. Right? So in bedrooms, no, we have what you call a different type of designs for bedrooms. We have double-deck beds. We have a roll-away bed, in case that you want to have a open area, a bedroom open area right after sleeping. You can tuck the bed away on the wall. And we have the large quarter bed when there is the one edge of the bed is connected or attached to a wall. And we have the clearance for a dresser. So the clearance for a dresser at the edge of the bed to the edge of the dresser about 3 feet or 1.5 0.3 3 feet is about it's about 1.2 meters, no? 0.90 meters, about 90 centimeters. So clearance from a bed to a wall is about 2 feet or 60 centimeters. Clearance from the edge of the bed to the wall is about 60 centimeters. Clearance from a bed, the foot of the bed to a working area, it's about maybe about 2 to 3 feet. 3 feet. Like this one, 3 feet. So these are also clearances for inside the bedroom. So make sure that if you are designing a bedroom, you provide enough clearances inside for the people to move around, to create activities. Take note of the minimum distances between edge of the bed to the wall, foot of the bed to the wall, head of the bed to the wall, head of the foot of the bed to an activity table. So you need to take note of those clearances. So position of the bed, usually the bed are always positioned on a blank wall. It's rarely to have a bed, the head of the bed on top of a window. So it's always a blank wall. So typical arrangements of bed, these are the typical arrangements of bedrooms. These are all available in the graphic standard or Newfert. So these are bedroom arrangement. As you can see that the head of the bed usually doesn't have windows. So, and this is always blank walls, the head of the bed. Okay, so these are combined living and sleeping areas. This is also common in condominiums, combined living and sleeping areas. In studio condominiums, living room, dining room, sleeping area, and toilets are all in one room. So these are typical designs of a condominium with no bedrooms but a studio type studio type. So these are, if you enter, there's a cabinet, a clothes cabinet, and these are dining, this is the toilets and bath, the kitchen, and then this is the sofa, and this is a folding bed. Right? So this is another design. Sometimes it's not folding, sometimes it's a full bed. So these are interiors of a condominiums. These are interiors of condominiums with beds. This is a condominium with a kitchen living area at one. This is the living area, and this is the dining kitchen area. This is one of our designs in BGC, fit out design for one unit in BGC. So this is a living room, a dining, the bedroom pala, this is a bedroom. So bathrooms, no, these are for washing, bathing, water closet. Additional facilities possibly required for space for bathing your children, elderly disabled spaces, separate shower enclosures, bidet. All considered also an in-suite facilities are to be provided for masters or other bedrooms. No? So this is a minimum area of a bathroom, which is about 1.7 by 2 meters in the Philippines, about 1.2 by 2.4, that's in the Philippines. So this is another space, it is 3.3 by 1.8. So water closet facilities are for flushing the lavatory, wash basin. This is a combined floor-to-floor location, preferably for elderly. So these are standards for different fixtures inside the bathrooms. These are also standards for accessories inside the bathroom, like towel hangers, bathroom shelves, no? Medicine cabinets, towel ring, soap dish, tissue paper holder, bathroom accessories cabinet, another bathroom accessories cabinets. These are all accessories inside the bathroom. So if you are going to build residential areas, you need to make sure that you are specifying the right accessories for each bathrooms. So these are activities in shower activities, no? These are commonly seen on toilets, the telescopic utility rod for hangers of towels. These are the robe hanger or robe hook, or these are tower rack, warming tower rack. These are angle bars, shower cubicles. These are common configurations of toilets, no? Three fixture plan, water closet, lavatory, and shower. So as you can see, no, if you enter the toilet at this side, you can see that upon entering, you will see the lavatory. On the right side, it's a shower. On the left side is the water closet. Okay, another configuration, if you enter, this is the shower, the lavatory, this is the shower and tub, this is the water closet. Another configuration, if you are positioning the entrance on the one side, it's not in the middle. If you enter the lavatory, the water closet, and the bathtub are beside each other. So different configuration will be depending on the positioning of the door. So storage, we need to put in storage facilities for residential, storage for bicycles, for other equipments or other tools, no? Storages for tools and equipments. These are good storage for closet plans, for different storage facilities like walk-in closet. This is a walk-in closet design. This is a walk-in closet for bedrooms, no? These are clothes hangers for walk-in closet. The approximate height of a walk-in closet hanger is a maximum is about 1.8 meters, or about 7 feet or 6 feet. So these are arrangement of clothes, no, inside the cabinets of residentials. Okay, different arrangement of clothes. These are storage bins for waste. So now we go to the development plan of multi-dwelling, similar to what we have encountered on previous slides. So this is a development plan in which you see that the dwellings have separate individual parking areas or open areas in front of their lawn, and there is a back lawn. No? So at the back, there are lawns at the back. So these are typical Filipino, American, Japanese plans, that you have a front lawn and then a rear lawn, and then your residents are built in the middle of your lot. So these are townhouses or row houses or apartments that have multi-story buildings that are attached to each other, no? And the main entrances are in the middle, and there is a back lawn for each of the row house. No? These are common in the Philippines, but in the Philippines we don't provide usually a big backload, no, a rear yard, no. But in areas like in the UK or in US, they provide a big yard at the back of apartments or houses, townhouses. These are multi-story dwellings, no, multi-level, about 3 floors, no, 3-story row houses, no. Maybe there's an attic on the 3rd floor, and this is the 1st and 2nd floor, and these are the rear lawn, no, or the rear yard, no. These are also multi-level blocks, no, residential blocks. As you can see, the residential blocks, they have one residential block. These are combined residential blocks, and these are also combined residential blocks. So these are common development for multi-level units like mid-rise housing, no? When there is what you call a common parking facility for all the housing owners. This is also a multi-level tower, medium-rise apartment, no? So showing that the parking space are located not inside the building, but a open parking lot. But in the Philippines, we have limited areas so that the developers usually put the parking spaces at the bottom of the medium-rise housing apartment. Also, this is also solutions that you can see in Singapore and in Hong Kong. That the parking area is at the lower ground floor, the 1st floor, and the upper floors are all the residential areas. So this is also a medium-rise apartment with the parking spaces at the open area beside the housing dwellings. So these are the twin tower apartments. No, this is a common twin tower apartment with the parking spaces, open parking spaces beside the towers. No, but in the Philippines, we provide the parking spaces beneath or at the 1st, 2nd, 3rd floor of the tower, and we create podiums, so that the tower will be interconnected. Okay, so this is a high-rise apartment, no, with 103 units, and the parking space is at the open court or the open lawn. No? So these are also European walk-up 56 units per acre. No, as you can see, these are walk-up condominiums. So, but the parking space are all on the open area. So this walk-up is also common on the Philippines when there is open parking. This is also on the residential areas that are developed by some developers, that there are common parking and there is a walk-up parking areas. These are developers that are you can see these developments in near the malls or near the central business district.